Good evening, ladies and gents. Tonight we have a bit of a doozy on our hands. Last session, we finished finally capturing Constantinople. This will be our fourth attempt, I think. But we finally got her. Now we're gonna be getting all sort of sweet taxation money for any ships going through this strait. However, you see my wonderful armies here. About 8,000 of them I think are trained troops, so I have been building up my regular army. However, not merely a month since finishing that war and preparing to bring everything back and sending things up and just stabilizing it once more, Tunis decides to declare war. After all this time. And here's the situation, right? Tunis is a superior power to us. And they have brought out their fleets in large numbers, locking off my transport fleets. All my troops are over here. Not only does Tunis have more troops than I do, and more naval power, but all my troops are now landlocked away from our homelands of Naples. So what does that lead to? Well, we're trying to figure out how to save this situation. I'm probably going to try to find some way, well, I need to find some way to bring my troops back home. And we have this little kind of section as well that's part of this war affair. So maybe we can get some levies to protect Greece and Athens. But I'm primarily worried about the homeland at this point, because all my levies are over here. And seeing as we're in a war, I don't think I can drop the levies so easily. I start them up again, right? Now I do have my fleet here, which is a good fleet, don't get me wrong. 26 ships. We do have a fair number of heavies, as we've been building up the carracks. And these are the barks which I've been using to build up our naval, presence and power. But will I be able to kind of punch a way through to actually transport my troops? That's the question, right? Because here I have all my transports. And they should all be here in Naples. Should have a number of, what are they called? Flutes, yes. Oh yes, indeed, I forgot about this. Yeah, this is part of my flutes. My flutes and navy. I'm trying to bring them back into Naples, but they were intersected by these Tunisian fleets. So it looks like I might be losing these as well. Very rough beginning. But what can we do, right? We have to try to do something. We can't just sit back and let them capture the two Sicilies. Luckily, we do have some allies coming with us. Hungary probably being the most important one, and the Papal States. So they do have some ships, though their numbers are, again, much lower. Look at that, 270. That's just mad, isn't it? Yeah, so they have 34. I have 43. And they, the Papal States can bring in a few troops, which hopefully can hold off the invasion of the two Sicilies for a while. That's my hope, anyways. So we'll have to try something. Well, at least we have Hungary on our side, and while they don't have any ships, the AI tends to have this way of getting their troops to the destination, right? You have to pay for access to get through kind of your non-allied countries, and that can be quite a bit of, quite a bit of ducats you have to pay out. But AI seems to be quite happy to do that, so I'm hoping they'll bring some of these troops to Naples. So I'm going to be needing them. And I'm going to try to bring back as many as I can without them being sunk in the strait between Sicily and now these captured lands, right? Right, so the plan's going to be, we're going to walk these all the way across. So this will probably take a while. And then we'll pick them up on this side and we'll try to shoot them across without the Tunisian Navy noticing. So we'll probably keep this, let's see, we should probably move this Navy somewhere more accessible. So maybe over here. And then we can sail them across. Sail them across when they're needed. And just hope they don't get intercepted. I think we can probably take on a Navy or two. Because even if you look at these numbers, right, so the numbers aren't everything. Saying that, looking at these numbers, it does worry me. Yeah, so they have a lot of light ships. These are caravels, though. Like this Navy here will be devastating to face. This one, I think, is a chance, right? Because we do have 7 heavies. Going to be Carracks, I believe. So that's, 1-to-1. But the transports are, I have light ships. So the flutes have 5 guns or cannons and 15 hull. Whereas my ships, I think they have a bit more. I'm hoping anyways. Let's try that again. So if we look at the light ships, the barks. Yeah. Okay, only 8. 8 cannons. And only 6 hull. I thought the hull was stronger. So I'm not quite sure how these will fare up against a flute then. I thought they would be more superior. Alright. Also, we did want some time to recover the money before they, before we did anything else. We actually have a really nasty loan on our backs. And this is something I was wanting to pay off before doing anything else. But Tunis had all the plans, so we're gonna have to do what we can to temper that situation. First things first though, we need to bring this down to about 0. We can't take that out of the army, because, that's why we're getting such high expenses. And that needs to be, ongoing during this war. Port, all the way down. This is usually where I squeeze out a bit of extra money. Same with stability. So that's in 0 as well. And culture. Alright, so this is as far as we can take it. We're in a bit of a spot of trouble, aren't we? This is like at the worst time. I think it's because I took Constantinople. Though I believe that was Orthodox. Let's see. Check that. Yeah, so that was Orthodox and they should be Sunni. So it wasn't really a religious thing. But yeah, as soon as I did that, that war ended. A few days later we had a war coming in. The as command country action can be used again. Alright, so let's try that. We should, if you can get money anywhere, we should probably get that about now. Not sure if you have that available to us. Alright, a little bit from the Papal States. This would weaken them in the current war though. But, I don't know, maybe we need it more than they do. So, let's start by trying to get some money from the Papal States. Actions. Economic action and ask for money. Basically just them. Right, so we have a slightly higher buffer then. That's going to help us just to sustain ourselves a little bit as the war goes on. And we can put in some marching orders here to get across. Luckily it's summertime, so we don't have to worry about getting stuck in the mountains or anything like that. We do have a pretty strong fort over here. And it's also in a hill. Or in the mountains even. So this is actually quite a good spot to go to. Right, so now we have this army as well. We're just going to march both of them across, and they'll need some time to recover when they get to the final destination. But after that we can send them across. As long as it's possible. Alright, two navies. I think we're going to have to risk our barks as well. We need anything we can get at this point. So let's see. Trying to find a good fort I could kind of escape from if I get blockaded. I don't know, maybe I'll send him here. So we'll keep the fleet here, and hopefully Tunis won't find out about him. And I guess it's time to unpause and cross our fingers and hope for the best, right? We can't really do much more. Alright, here we go. So these will be our flutes. Our cargo ships, we got lost, as expected. Well, they are fleeing though, so maybe we can actually get them out of harm's way. So while they're fleeing, I think they are going to be safe. I'm going to keep an eye on them. As soon as they're available to control, let's get them in a port somewhere. Say over here. Away from that fleet. Wait, so this little thing... I remember we gave this country away to some Crusader kings pretty much, or Crusaders, like a faction, a long time ago. So they're actually part of Tunis now. Or kind of allied with them anyways. We should make sure to punish them for that, if he can survive that long. Now our king is getting on in years. This could be a bit tricky right now during warfare. He is quite capable in war. Everything else is useless for him, right? And we've also lost most of our councillors, or cabinet members. So I'm really hoping to see some of these armies from Hungary start to move across here. Right, so I'm guessing this is the blockade we're seeing here. Blockading the navy. Papal states coming in to the rescue for now. Suppose we could go move it up to 3 in speed. This is a very ugly situation, isn't it? So who we got? So you had the Papal States here. No. See, these are... Yeah, the Papal States. See how it goes. The Empire Granadas coming in here as well. Right, they're pushing across there. They're very brave now that my main army is away. Right, let's see if we can get any levies here. If we can grab any levies in this section. Yeah, we had Belgium and Serbia, Bulgaria and Serbia, and we should do that at this point. I don't want to get any kind of fishing boat levies for transporting troops, if I can avoid, because I mean they'll get sunk straight away. So we're going to try to avoid that. Let's look at the armies here. Let's get some levies. I don't know, I guess everything we get, right? This is about as dire as it's gonna get. Here, listen to all those ducats flying out of our pockets. It's gonna be costly. Alright, but it's gotta be done. Whatever we can do at this point. Okay. On it goes. Jeez. It's just a furball up here, isn't it? Alright, beautiful. We're seeing a bit of Hungary coming down here. Love to see that. We got a fight going on here between the Papal States and Genoa again, is it? We should have that. Like, we do have a few allies here, and they are pushing their troops south. Starting to look better here, 158, so numbers are evening out, but the fleets are extremely uneven. So what I could do with some of these levies here, I could try to bring them together and capture some of these, some Granada here. Okay, so we got some knights here, up here to peasants, feudal levies. I think I just finished reaching that the last time, so that's going to be very helpful. Where was that? I'm pretty sure we did. Was it feudal levies or something else? What was it called? Just remember it being a nice upgrade. Oh, it was this one I wanted, right? Yeah, matchlock levy. So the levies would then become more powerful, right? The reason I did skip it, because like there's a bit of a, you know, path to get down there. And I was thinking I'm gonna go more for like trained troops and maintaining armies for longer period. But that was before Tunis attacked, of course. So maybe now it's actually worth doing it even, you know, even if you do get access to better troops during this age. But like these are like professional, although we have flintlock levy. Alright, so we should go for that then. So that's going to be the fourth thing. So what's currently, I think it's just this one then. This had to do with trade, electoral control, which is gonna, you know, affect a lot of things for us. Right, so 1, 2, 3, yeah. So it's just this one thing we had queued up then. Then we'll go straight down here and get some more flintlock levies. Probably not going to help us here in this war though, because like we have all the levies already. But for, you know, future responses to situations like this, that's something we're gonna need and want, right? Okay, here we go. So let's bring all these together. Splintered, they're gonna be very weak. But if we gather them, we might be able to do something with them. So I should probably pick out a fort or a good location to get them together. With defensive position. Right, maybe in the hills over here, that'll be kind of good. So that way, even when winter rolls around, we'll still be able to move them. And it's also a good, you know, defensive position overall. It's a busy map, isn't it? Ooh, look at that. 1 infantry unit. Wonderful. Yeah, so that's because like these are relatively new regions that we got under our control. And also, I believe, let's bring them here, shall we? And also, you know, it's a control thing, isn't it? So I think control plays into how many troops you get, and also like how happy the different factions are. Okay, let's unpause and just see, make sure everybody's moving somewhere. This one here. Right, so it looks like they are bringing some troops here. Need to kind of get all these together quickly. That's not gonna do. That's gonna move through the army. We do not want that. Let's put them up in a mountain here. September rolling around, so we have to look out for snowy peaks and mountains at this point. Okay, let's bring these together. So I'm trying to muster them together in good defensive positions. So if they do attack, then at least I have some sort of defense going on. Right. Now, even if you're seeing a few numbers here, let's not forget these are levies. So if they do have to fight, they're not going to be much use against like a trained military. So we do need to be a bit cautious. So 4,000 troops here. We're going to need a lot more than these paltry numbers, of course, to do much. And once we have some of these troops together, we should start getting some generals onto the field. I think we need to pass over here. Don't think I've ever seen the map so live. Just utter madness, isn't it? So much happening here. Okay, possible rivals. Don't worry about that for now. Some more levies. Yes, please, please, please. Another... Wait. Right, so they're actually come onto land by the sides. Merchant defects. Our use of mercantilism politics is proving frustrating for some of our merchants, causing some to defect to other countries. Is this really the time to be doing this sort of thing? Think we were going for free trade, but let's check our values. Okay. Yeah, let's just stick with this for now. So what's this fight? 3,000? Yeah, we're not going to be able to stand against that. Alright, so we need Tunis or somebody down here now, because we can't stop this ourselves. Alright, so we got some troops here. We need to let them rest up, recover a little bit, and then we can start ship them across. These here, let's gather them into one, give them a good commander. Maybe we'll send the king onto the field. Let him die in glory, right? Don't have too many generals by looks like it. This is all split up. Let's see if I can pull them off. So Naples should hold for a while, I believe. Hopefully for long enough for my troops to arrive and turn the tide. Right, what's this? So this one's gonna lose, but we might win this one, possibly. We don't have a general, so that's a reason for concern. So the king will be leading the main army. So it looks like he's the most capable warrior we have so far at the moment. Right, so we'll leave Capitano Martino command of this group here. So Hungary is sending somebody down, so that's good. We are getting a little bit of help. I don't know why I can't slow it down to 1 at this point. Is that a bug? Okay, no, I can't have any screens open while I'm doing it, apparently. Oof. Yes, I'm a little bit worried about the situation. It is not looking good. Let's get our king in there. Yeah, this guy will not do. 33. Appalling. 12. Alright, it's almost time to send the navy down. I do want to get these all the way up, unrested. But this general will not do. We will send the king in, and hopefully he can be, if he does well, he might become a good saint after all, despite his lacking up to this point. But this army is pretty much our main chance. It has our trained troops in it, as well as, the majority of our levies. It looks like Hungary is coming down here to help. At this point, everything is appreciated. Oh, look like confessionalism is really well spread out now. I'll pick it up after the war. We have plenty of other things to research for the time being. Right now we're just trying to recover and trying to get some troops back to the homeland. I'm gonna see if I can sneak these off here. Let's send the main navy as well. 2. Oh, we got some flutes here as well. Well, that's good news. So we did manage to save some of them, apparently. Let's group all these together. Gonna send them across up to here. And hopefully we can get our army back over here without losing ships and men. Yeah, there's so much going on. My little computer is struggling just a wee bit. We got some big fights here. Tunis coming with 15,000 or 14 rather. I wonder if we can see what sort of units they have here. Lots of cannon here for the first attacks. How's it looking? It looks like the fleet might make it across. We get abduction, so they have noticed us. There's a chance if we do join everything together, we might just be able to pull this off. Okay, we get everything into one here. So we're starting to lose a bit of land. Make sure this is balanced out. Where are you going? Up here, please. We do not have time to be sightseeing at this point. Right, so we can actually make an attack now. Let's move into the... Stop putting the pressure on the enemy here. So you should be able to hopefully bring all, if not most of them across. Okay. Let's find a good place. Maybe a hill, if you can. Yes. Let's try to move across to here. 16th fleet. Should be the one and only fleet. We should check to make sure it's the right one. Current navies. That's the 4th navy. Oh yeah, automatically send the 16th fleet. Okay, so I should be using these because they're like right there, aren't they? Oop. There we go. Confirm. Think we'll be able to get them across. It kind of looks like it. Gonna take a few trips. So we got another little group here. So you can find a commander as well. This one's decent. I'll send them down here too. Like so. So we can start working on the war score against Tunis. Now we got that money now, so we have a little bit of buffer, but it's gonna run out pretty quick, isn't it? Not gonna last us very long. But what can you do, right? We got 7,000 kronos. So they're enslaving our populace as well, so they're kind of grabbing them and I guess sending them back to Tunis to do slave labor. Not what I want to see. Right, so we got this army here. Now we should get the all kind of positive modifiers should go on our side because we are defending a fort up there. So we'll send this army here now. This is a tragedy that cannot be forgiven. This is very true. You know, I think I'll make Tunis a rival again. So maybe they'll kind of help us in the, you know, when, you know, the war ends. Maybe that makes it easier to end it, or, you know, war score will be cheaper on my side. So... because it's clear I can't trust them, right? So let's do that again. And it gives us prestige, I believe. Now, let's see if we can remember how to do this. Relations. Here are the rivals we have. Okay, so now they are a rival as well. Once more, I even spent 20 points of stability at some point to remove the rivalry from the start. That was in the game from the start. In hopes of building a good trade relationship with Tunis eventually. As you can tell, this has not paid off. So let's go capture this little region here. So we did manage to get our ships across. This is a very good news. Let's group them all together, rebalance. But even so, we need to be careful. We have the king leading the troops, but we need to be mindful. Flatlands. I think I'll take this finest then. $25 heavies on these Carracks. Yeah, I think this is a fight we'd probably lose. So let's make sure they're in ports. So they're going to be Hungary's going to capture the forts, and we'll just take the areas around. Right. It's another 4,000. I would really like to see Hungary come down here and help me out, because these are some massive numbers. Alright, so we got the... I think they're on our side, right? Pavia, yeah. $10,000 troops here. They just have so much manpower and naval power. Don't know how this is gonna play out. So we're gonna try and take this fight here in the mountains. They're just grabbing all my people. This is terrible. Wait, what's this? So okay, so they're a bit weak, and I think they will get the field modifier. 8 artillery. Because I thought these were fighting in our lands. But they are in fact fighting over here, by the looks of it. Do we have any forts in this place? Doesn't look like it, so it's gonna be a straight up fight. I think we might be able to win this, but yeah, let's try. It's not the best fight. Let's stop. Let's turn this around. We'll stop in the mountains. Have to be so careful here. So yeah, I wanted to fight these here, but they are holding back because I'm in the mountains, right? So let's try this now. Meanwhile, on the eastern front, good, 7,000 people. Let's see what happened to... I thought I had a small army here. I hope they didn't wipe them out while I was looking here on Naples. That would be unfortunate. Just kind of hoping to catch them a little bit low on the morale. But it's taking us a while to get there. So they'll be at full power or strength, it looks like, when I finally reach them. Right, fingers crossed. Just hope they're not too superior military-wise. So I think they have better training, well, better better research in the military part of things. So do you get a minus modifier from the hills? Yeah, that wasn't the best fight. We lost more men. We broke them, but it's not going to really help us that much. Looks like they captured a couple of provinces here. And that's quickly turned around, of course, so I'm not too worried about that. It's mainly that I don't get overwhelmed by Tunisian forces. Okay, let's try this again. I am worried about these 10,000 men here. Not sure if it's a good idea or not to send the, you know, my navy in there, because they're just so powerful, comparatively. We do have the Carracks, but they have more, right? That's the thing. Most of them in pretty good shape though. Except maybe this last one. We could send... yeah, let's do it. Let's try and do something with Navy. We try to get some naval tradition out of it while we're at it. Wait. Forgetting about these. Right, so let's move them across as well. Yeah, for some reason I just saw them as Hungarian army, so I didn't really respond too much to it. But that's the second half, isn't it? Okay, this one is a good general too. As soon as we get a second arm, it'll be much easier to chase down these troops and corner them off, etc. Be nice to capture this little area once more. And if they ask for it again, I'm not going to give them that little plot of land again, because they have backstabbed me. Most cruelly so. Won't be having any of that, thank you very much. Hopefully they're pulling them off, or pulling them away. We'll find out soon enough. Trying to keep them as balanced as we can. Now, I do have research to upgrade them a little bit, but that's not going to be good, because it'll take a while for them to replace the men to get like the upgraded units. And I don't have any to spare right now. Opposed to military schools. The occasional hostilities that erupt between our opposing military schools has become frequent as of late. If we do not intervene soon, we risk further disunity within our armed forces. Right now, we have been going towards... we have been kind of moving towards defensive. Just want to see how far into that we are. We're still offensive, so... maybe we need to be a bit more offensive again. Maybe we need to take something off Tunis to teach them a lesson. Some big numbers going on here. Big losses, but these are going to be mainly fishing ships, I think. Right, Granada's coming with 4,000 men. Broke that siege, unfortunately. Right, we're almost there, aren't we? I think we have all the troops. Right, Spanners them off. Time to march in and do something about this. Alright, so it's been liberated. We should probably build some more forts, but then again, you know, they're expensive to maintain and they're going to become less effective now as the ages cannot pass on. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Let's see, conviction of carrying the Barlett. Courtier, our courtier. What once were whispers of gossip in court has now manifested in a direct confession of hers. She seems to no longer be able to proclaim her faith in the one true God, and to be taking a liking to heresies. Oh. But she is Lutheran. That's why we wanted to keep her as. But I guess we don't have a choice. We will give her the option. Choose what she wants. Despite playing Naples, I've decided not to take it into a very kind of strong religious direction. A little bit worried about losing so much legitimacy as well. That's what we're looking at here. Not a fight we're gonna take. We're gonna stay here in the hills. Really want to kind of get any advantage we can. Because there's just so many more of them to come. So the focus to begin with is just going to be to defend, try to weaken them, and diminish their numbers. And hopefully if things go well, we can actually turn the offensive against Tunis. I mean, it would be wonderful to capture their market for one. Good, siege modifier, plus 15%. That's going to be good. Because they have a market here, which I've been eyeing for a long time. Here in Tunis. I think there's some gems over here and some other juicy stuff. Yeah, some more gems, sugar. So there are some things I wouldn't mind getting my hands on this side of the Mediterranean. you can stay here. That's fine. Let that one recover. So we're going to be fighting this army. I'll make sure they come at me. At least I do not want to attack them in a hill area. Alright, so that chased them off. That's good. Let's get the strategic map. I can tell us what kind of modifiers we're looking at. So hills, right? Right, so we can take that. Might be a decent fight for us. Yeah, so everything helps, right? So we set up a defense positions in the hills, though he is trying to bring in more troops, so that's going to be troublesome. Hopefully we can chase them off before then. Nope. We did lose. Good, good. Alright, just defend, just wait here. Even strong will be waiting in the mountains, of course. Maybe we should chase after them. Alright, so they disembarked some 2,000 men. That's going to be a bad idea for them. Sea landing penalty. Yeah, that should be an easy fight. Beautiful. Good, good, good. Wait, so the other ones show up again. Oh, that's gonna be tough. Come on, you can do this. But you have a better general as well, though, so that should help. Fighting in the hills. They have slightly better trained or kind of better researched units. Right, let's look at the numbers before we... So that did break us. I think we lost quite a fair number. 5,000, that was disastrous. Where did these show up from? So we had... I'm not seeing a navy anywhere. So we broke the first army. They were running off. Some 1,000 people showed up. 2,000 showed up. That was from off a boat. And we were about to break them, then suddenly they do like a massive U-turn. A little bit confused about that. That seemed to happen very quickly and unexpectedly. I was just watching them run off. And usually if they flee, you know, they need to leave, they need to kind of walk a few sectors or like several locations before they stop, right? So that was really strange. It might have been an army I wasn't aware of. You know, maybe they were hiding in the mountains or something like that. I just wasn't aware of them. So that's probably what it was. Right. 2,000, 3,000. So we're still okay though. Might want to reinforce them with these feudal levies here. Replace the last men. Go up into this fort. Yeah, so here they come. Might be dropping on some more minis. Gonna keep an eye on them. So heavy ships 25. These are the carracks. Should I? I mean, I might be able to win it, right? But they have see. I have 18 carracks versus their 25. So there's a huge difference between a carrack and the other ships I have. Like 50 cannons or something. Yeah, 50 cannons and 25 hull. So these were what, 5 and 25 was it? 5 and 15, yeah. So 8 and 6. So they sink quickly, but they're mainly used for, you know, naval presence rather than actual fighting outright. Alright, let's wait here in Valo, in the mountain. Right, so this arm needs to recover before we try to do anything up there. I would like to get rid of these here. It's I mean, maybe you can, right? Maybe it's a thing worth doing right now. So is it 3,000? Yeah. Let's send it down here. Because they're attacking, and we have a fort, we have mountains. So we're looking at a big modifier. And that's going to be in our favor because we're defending, right? These are heading down here to God knows where. Anyway, so... Right, so at least the amount of ducats we're losing per month is decreasing a little bit. I will tell you that, you know, every time Tunis enslaves more of my people, it kind of rubs me the wrong way. And I want to do something about it if I can. So did we capture this already? No, still working on it. So you probably want to stop, just to rest up a little bit before we move across. To rebalance these. Give them some time to recover. Seeing big numbers here from the from Tunis. Not liking it at all. So problems like Hungary isn't getting across with his troops. Do you think I see you will take command of the siege and gain control on the siege one, so it's worth hanging out. So do you want these critical areas at the end of the war? Okay, let's move these further up again. Keep them here in the mountains. Give them good defensive chances if they do get attacked. 67 galleys. War galleys, okay. 12 guns and 8 hulls. So I was kind of unsure about this. I was looking at them. Not really seeing the benefit of taking something like this instead of a carrack. It's war kind of fighting, right? I guess the... well, sea presence are 0.14. I think the caravels have like 0.2. I don't know, maybe they're better with seating. 0.3 looks kind of good. And maybe it's the movement speed that's good, 2 instead of 1. Let's see, war galleys are galleys used for war. They are long and shallow, filled mainly by oars. Although they generally are included some kind of sail. Used since ancient times, their presence was commonplace in the seas and oceans during the Middle Ages, thanks to their higher maneuverability. Being used for boarding rather than long-range engagements, projectile weapons and guns were concentrated on the front of the ship, leaving the protection and the weak spots off the sides and the rear to the ability to outmaneuver the enemies. This is one fleet I might be able to take on. Should we try it? Let's go have a bit of fun, right? Just have to be a bit careful, keep our eyes open. We'll probably lose this fleet eventually, because they do have some massive fleets floating about. But if I can catch these out, that would be nice. What's this icon here? It's this tiny little thing. Alright, here they come, hungry for fighting. They must have received reports of me leaving the docks. Do you want to look at the speed on these? Yeah, so these had speed 1, whereas the war galley had speed 2. How about these here? Bark, speed 3. Yeah, I don't know, why would you get a war galley? I don't really see the benefits. Right, we're ready. Let's move across. This should be a good fight for us. Right, got some allies coming in here to help out. That's very good. I have to be careful on getting a bit greedy here. Could easily get caught out, but if I could sink this would be really nice. It would be nice to get some like cannon fire sounds or something when this is going on. Right, so we won. Let's pause. Granada went back. Surviving 67. I guess they just made it out to port or something. Too bad. Too bad, so sad. Right, what else do we have here? 92. Jeez, so many. What is a king to do? So I'm going to be pulling these back again. This navy could make for juicy little targets. Oh. Did you see that one? 37 ships. Disappeared from view just before I could make out what navy it was. So I had been wanting to see what that was we were facing. Let's join these two together here. Oh, it's a long walk, isn't it? Suppose we could just join them with this one instead. Here they are. Walking through my lands. But Hungary should hopefully be able to chase them off, because this is like well within their area. Okay, let's see. Heavy ship 7. Yeah, that's going to be the one with all the flutes, right? Alright, so that's a mercenary army. These 26 and these 2 hawks. I mean, if you can wait it out, mercenary armies usually don't stay around for maybe a year or 2, so we might be able to wait it out. Alternatively, you could take a tough fight. If you win, this might really hamper their transporting abilities. So we do have about a we have about a we have what? We have a better admiral, I'm trying to say. So there's that, right? It's just such a waste of resources though, fighting, mercenaries. Oh, wait, this is mercenaries. Oh, okay, so they're regular troops. So this is a fight maybe you want then. The big one. Let's try it. This could go either way. Come on, you got this. You need to win this. So many ships, a lot of ships as well. Right, so they lost. Oh, these survived. These sneaking in. It's Granada. I want to try to chase them down if I can. Looks like they are a bit weaker than I thought. These are trying to join. Possibly these as well. Right, so they have gone to port, I think. Maybe I should do the same, because we have some navies coming in. This fight we should be able to win, but we do have another navy coming here right behind them. So let's go up here. So maybe if you fight by Athens, where we have a fort, maybe we can use that. I'm wondering if the fort will assist us. If it does, it's really good. Yeah, here comes the bigger army. Navy, I should say. Right, here we go. It doesn't look like the fort helps at all, unfortunately. do have a lot of characters as well, so this could, like I said, go either way. Oh, shoot. What's this? Okay, we need to break off now. This is way too much. So we can flee and we can go up to here. Right. So they didn't lose any ships. That's very surprising. I thought they did. Right, but beats taking on those other odds. I think that would surely last us the entire navy. So not worth doing. Can go back here again. Try to capture Palermo for the second time. Okay, let's go up here. Very good to have the Republic of Strasbourg coming with us here. Does bolster the numbers. What's this fight then? Hope they win this. Battle of Ascoli. It took a bad fight. Well, it does keep them busy though, so that's good. Alright, so main fight up here now. Fighting for Naples. They're gonna be sending some more troops in, I'm fairly certain. Oh, that's so good. We finally got rid of that army that was running about. Come on, we must be winning this. All these numbers are somewhat similar, so it's mainly the generals and maybe the types of units that, you know, make the difference. I think we probably have more levies than we have trained troops, you know, comparatively, ratio-wise. I think Tunis probably has much more trained troops than we do. Okay, big losses on both sides. So I'm gonna move off now. Let's get into the hills. So if we do get attacked by this army, at least we, you know, get some defensive modifiers. Let's break off for the siege. And our kingly king should be returning now. Let's go back up here. Wonderful, so we did capture this. So now, what else can we grab? Guess we can go up here. nice when the king has returned back to, you know, to Naples. You can start dealing with these smaller army, you start kind of running about. And even the larger ones, we can kind of join forces then, maybe in flank. So far the war's going decently. Oh, look at their losses. I'm loving this. Fantastic. So, is there a chance we might make this? Now, I would love to actually be able to attack across the strait, but I just don't think I have the ship numbers to do it safely. We got another 6,000 coming in. Let's stop for a moment. Let's go into the hills. Now, you'll be getting a -1 from attacking from sea. The thing is that, you know, morale is kind of low as it is from all the walking. Okay, so change their mind by the looks of it. We're probably gonna come across here. There's no way. Oh, that was something else. I was thinking that would be the shortest siege in the history of this game. It's this area we captured. Alright. Don't suppose we can make it across here. Well, let me move the units up there at least. And we can have a look at the units here. What's the navy looking like? Could do with a bit more time in dock just to recover. So 10% repaired per month. So we should probably wait just get them up to full strength. Right, so let's move up here then. Carracks. Fishing boat. See, these are the sort of targets I'd love to chase down. It would just make... Here they come, right? So that happened instantly. Okay. Yeah, so those sort of targets, if we can take out these transports, that's going to really go wrench in the plans for Tunis. Let's go to Salerno, we will meet them there. Superior numbers, we should have this fight. So, not much longer until we need to take another loan. Also, if you would manage to get rid of most of the transports, that would, you know, cause a lot of these units that are fleeing to have nowhere to go. Love to wipe this army out if I could. Fingers crossed. Right, that might be it for them, hopefully. Yeah, it's not so much question about whether or not they win or lose the fight. It's more, can I get rid of them? Can I kill them off? That's what I want. Kind of looks like a wheel for the most part. 700 losses on their side. Right, so they're trying to get out of here now by the looks of it. don't think they can siege with 260, not Palermo. Here comes some more. Who was there? Alright, so I'm gonna let the King's army can rest up for a little bit. It's gonna be a few months, isn't it? So the Navy probably needs about half a year to get into a decent situation again. After this, I might want to send my troops up here to try help out the Papal States. As soon as I finish capturing this region here. In fact, I might start studying these up already. September. Checking how the weather is. I think Sora might freeze over during winter time. I can't quite recall. But I seem to recall that it might be the case. At least attrition is likely to happen. This seems like a good place to place a fort. We do have one up here in Aquila. I might want here in Sora too. Right, let's head up. Alright, so both armies are now going this way. Ooh, 6,000. It looks like they're planning to disembark. Looks like the fight might take place in Salerno. Unless they turn about, which I kind of expect they would do, right? If they have the option, right? I don't know if they are... They might have to take this fight at this point. Yes. We're too invested in the movement already. Yeah, it's gonna be a nasty thing to meet on the shore. 23,000 men. All set up in the hills and ready to go. Should be a good fight for us. Similar losses though, I'm surprised by that. This fleet needs to go. Same with this one. Well, if I can get these, if I can kind of snipe out, just sneak in there, catch out these kind of transport fleets, that'll make a big difference. And so this one's kind of sneaked back in again. They're still on land, I'm surprised by that. And I'm even more surprised that I didn't see them. looks like we're wiping them out, at least tomorrow. What's going on with this? I did give the command to chase them, so I don't know why they're heading up north into the woods and into the mountains. This was like the perfect chance to wipe them out. Now they're gonna escape. So they actually have this region by the looks of it, which has a fort, so we're not gonna take this fight. Not a chance. Because the sneaky fleet again. Jumping with a few thousand men every once in a while when I'm not looking. Yeah, that's a very good fort to have. Not sure I can move past. I might get stuck because of area of control or zone control around the castle. Oh, where's he going? Interesting choice to take that fight. I'm very pleased he did, though. This gives me a chance to move in on the fort as well, in the north. Superior numbers. We should have this quite comfortably, I believe. We do have, I believe we used to have a navy here. It's interesting though, because they were in port, never left the port, but it looks like they were sunk all the same. I didn't think you could do that, because I haven't managed to do it myself so far. I'm kind of curious what the deal is with that. They should have been safe. Suppose we could try to break off some of these transport ships. So the flutes, basically. Although some of these lighter ships are also quite damaged. $515. So maybe the barks are 8-6, but they have really good movement, so they're probably good for flanking. Like if the flank drops, they're probably gonna be very good. But the flutes, though, they are mainly transport ships. Well, that's kind of what I thought they were used for, right? With 400 in capacity transfer, they, you know, they have fairly decent staying power compared to the barks. So maybe it's worth keeping them in the battle. I think it's about 5 of them. It's a bit more, yeah. Let's see. Experience reduces the damage taken in battle and is primarily gained through participating in battle. Siege or blockade. Over time, the experience of regiment or ship will slowly decay. Regiments can also gaining experience by drill army unit ability. With some recruitment methods, a new unit can start with a higher level of experience. Yeah, so they do have a bit of that too, right? Becoming battle hardened. I just really want to send them here and take some of these ships. They're just like out there. Those squishies. Tunis lost. Very good, very good. Did lose some troops by looks of it though. So we're gonna go to Sora. Wonder if it's worth yeah, gonna be here because like you'll get the modifiers for the fort and everything, so we should probably try to attack these here. Just leave, you know, once we clear these out, we can easily get the fort back. And if we attack here, we should get any kind of modifiers. I don't think there are any though. Flatlands and everything. Indeed. Might be a big fight on our hands. We have some allies coming in as well. They're flanking. A bit of that good stuff. I think we should pull this off. Kick out these Tunisians. Go back south across the strait if you would, please. Huge numbers of troops here. When one rank falls, the next one just shows up. Always trying to catch them off guard, trying to circle them if I can. There we go. So we did capture. It looks like they gave up. Surrendered, right? Wonderful. So let's have a little look now at the situation. So now there's one with about 3,000 or 4,000 running around here somewhere. This one's gonna recover. Now that I've kind of kicked them out, hopefully the Papal States retake these regions now. Now I would really love to be able to ship something across. Maybe I could take like Genoa. Though I want the market, it might be kind of hard to go inland here, right? let's look at how things are looking currently. And their losses are massive. So they must be getting a little bit less keen to keep this on up. Let's see if this is an option. So we could end this war at this point. This is kind of where it starts getting interesting, right? Not really sure I want white peace anymore. And if we keep this going, we might be able to actually grab some land we've been kind of looking at for a while. What do we have here? Nothing too good. It's more of a thing of kind of joining the coast areas, which should be nice. Yes, but I think this is probably going to be... I'm going to wait a little bit with the peace offerings. I think I might try to push it a bit further. See if we can actually kind of rest up the fleets and get them in there and start kind of sinking some of these transports. Bit of kind of, you know, precision warfare. And that will kind of strand a lot of these troops. Really kind of... limits what Tunis can do as for invasions, and if they can't transport troops anymore from Tunisia, I mean, look at the numbers they have up here currently. We should be able to, you know, take them out, and then, you know, maybe we can take all this and all this loveliness, and maybe this and this, right? And we could add some of these to our main provinces. So doing all the way up here though. Right next to the Ottomans. It's an interesting choice, but I guess when you're a small nation, you grab what you can, right? Okay. Galleys. You know, I might be able to sink this. Possibly. Might be a bit tough though. Not sure it's going to be worth it. I'd ideally just want to go for the transport. That's the war goal. These are just obstacles in my way to that end. We're now getting cheeky here with 300 men invading. Taking the opportunity when, you know, have all these thousands up here. But a good man, this will not last. Not a good choice. And then we have a few here. Again, this is going to be sorted out by Hungary, no doubts. Okay, but before I, you know, throw another hour into this for tonight, I should cut it out here for now. Alright, thanks so much for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed the stream. And until next time, take care.